Okay, the cow catcher, even though that was one of the earlier parts, I saved this for towards the end here. Cow catcher, we need to do one-to-one view. It needs a lot of views. So go ahead and bring in the base. It needs a top, bottom, right. And the other thing you'll notice with the cow catcher, we're bringing in a lot of views. The hidden lines really play havoc on the figure, and they're going to make it confusing to dimension. So as we did with some of the other ones, if we go back to that base view, let's remove the hidden line on all of them. There's really no need to show the hidden lines. Now, this is something we haven't done before. We also need a back view. So we're going to want to do a projected off of a projected. And that will give us the back view. It also needs an auxiliary view, because we have a feature of that offset of that trapezoid that gets cut onto the face there. So the auxiliary view, you got to select the view. You need to select the line you're going to project across, and then you're going to pull that down. And then once you get your dimensions going, you're going to have to figure out where you're going to get all these placed so you get everything dimensioned where it needs to be. You also need a section view to show the interior detail. And this is an offset section. This is a weird section to do. So first pick the view, and we're going to do this at the top. So we're going to make sure the top is selected, or select it, pick section. And you want to start, here's what we got to do. Let me kind of explain before I start drawing. You want to start somewhere in the middle of, see, this is, we need our line to come down in the middle and then come off in the middle of this piece here, because that shell is very thin on there and there's not much material for where you need to draw this line. So we need to draw a line down perpendicular, and then it needs to be perpendicular to the front edge. So this is an offset section, so we're just going to start drawing a line. I guess if it comes down to the midpoint, that'll probably work. And then we need to be perpendicular to this line, and that might be it. And no, it's not. You'll notice we're not getting a clean slice. So sometimes you're able to just move it a little bit and get a clean slice, which I did. So you want to make sure on your section that you don't have double lines like side by side. You have a nice clean slice like we do now. Okay, so there's a section view on that, and that helps us illustrate the shell. And of course move your label so it's not on top of another figure. And then you probably also want to do a detail view off of one of those pegs. And this detail view, you probably only need to make 2 to 1, but keep it nice and small again, so you can kind of tweak the size of your detail view. That might be a little too small. Okay, I guess while we have that up, there's our detail view. One of the different, a lot of our parts have chamfers, including the stack. The pegs all have a chamfer on the end, and the cow catcher pegs have chamfers. On the Annotate tab, there's a chamfer note. And we're going to want to describe those chamfers. Now, order matters when you're clicking on things. So if you look at it and it looks like the notes on our directions, then it's right. Most of those are a 1/100th, 0.01 or 10,000ths chamfer, something like that. One of them might be a little bit bigger. But if you click the two lines and see, we did not have a 0.09 chamfer. That would be huge. In fact, the diameter of the peg is only 1/8 of an inch. So order matters. I didn't click the right pieces. Let's try this one, and that is the chamfer. It's 0.01 by 45 degrees. Okay, so that's how you do a chamfer note, and that's on quite a few of our parts as well. And we'll stop there. All we have left is the track.